All right, here we are. Well, where's here? Well, we're just out in the middle of nowhere. If you listen closely, you can hear banjos playing in the distance. We're really in the part of the world where the men are men and the goat are scared. But today's project, we have a 1978 Chevy pickup. It's got a 350 in it. It looks like somebody was taking the motor apart for some reason. We're gonna see if we can get it to run today. I used to know the guy that used to own this truck, and he used to drive it every day, and I thought the transmission went back, but this has been 10 plus years ago since it's last been drove. I can't remember if it's transmission or what, but we're gonna see if we can get the old 350 in it running and possibly pop that motor out for a 1946 Chevy project I got going on. So let's get to it. All right, so let's see what's going on under the old power barn. Require 2 hands to open it. There we go. Ooh. I said there looked like somebody started taking it apart for something, whether they needed parts off of it or what. But we're gonna see if we can get this puppy to purr today, or kitten to bark. I ain't really sure which one, but you get the idea. Start pulling the old breather off here. Oh, rat turds everywhere. Now I know the keys are missing, so we're gonna have to improvise on that. Put this right here in the front. Oh, is she froze up? Wide open. Okay. All right. Now I'm gonna grab the battery, throw it in here. Got a hot cable, looks like. Definitely missing the ground. I brought a ground with me. Oh, I chose this battery because it's the only battery I got. It's literally out of my truck that I just drove here. So vice grip those together. Grab that ground cable, get it put on. I only brought one pair of vice grips for me. Hopefully I can find a bolt or something this ground cable hooked up to. Come on. Cable. Oh. Sure enough. Alright, trying to find somewhere to put this bolt at now. I guess I'll just put it down here on the back side of this. Take my grinder, clean up that spot where she will ground at. Oh, I think I just cross-threaded that bolt. Well, cross-threaded or inbreaded, tight's tight. Right? There we go. Alright, I gotta make a power wire going over to the coil. There's this random wire ran through this side of the, all through here. I'm gonna unhook it off of this stuff. Come on, leave it through the fender. There's it go over here. I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna splice this end on it so they don't even have a power wire going to the distributor. There's no wires going down to the starter. So, alright, let me get this spliced together. I don't know if I brought tape with me. I didn't grab a whole lot because it don't really take much to make one of these run. Oh, yep, I did bring tape. Look at this. We may not even burn it down today. Started, Jesus. Alright. Alright. Sucks is all the tires are flat and I'm about too fat to fit down where the starter is. So, okay, so we're gonna plug this in to the tachometers. We're gonna plug this in to the battery side of the distributor. Okay, what side's that? Further away from me. Side. Alright. It gives us a power wire for fire. Now I gotta wire up, get some wires ran down to the starter. Oh, shoot. Get this jack crammed underneath there. Get it jacked up where my fat ass can fit underneath it. Oh, and it's fixing to be snake time. Well, it is snake time. I don't really want to get on a copper-headed water moccasin underneath there neither. But it is what it is. Jack that puppy up. I actually ended up finding the wires that ran down to it. They were just smashed in behind there. And it should be this purple wire right here. And I can hit my jump start too. And we'll see if this turns over. Get that side hooked up to the battery. This side. Up here. She turns over. I need to check the oil. Make sure she's got a little bit of Earl in her. And she don't. Don't have a drop. Let me grab a quart of oil or two. Toss in it. Okay, I added 2 quarts of oil to it and it's still quart low. But I need to hook up the power to the distributor. This wire runs over to the distributor. That hooked in here like so. That's got good connection. No. Let me use both hands and put it under the vice grip. Ta-da! Wire attached. Lone Wolf 3000 or 7000, whatever Derek Barry says. Attached. He can't have all the cool names to everything. He's named everything. Carburetors, fuel making happeners, you know, lightning whirler for distributor. It's unfair, Derek. Save some cool names for the rest of us. But alright, so I need to see if we're getting spark through the distributor down to one of these plug wires. So we're gonna see if the distributor's making sparks. All right. Let's see, get on that. Very good. Can't tell. Oh yeah, she's sparking. Okay, so now I'm gonna try to fill up the bowl, put some gas in the carburetor. I should probably really unhook the fuel lines, but who knows? Maybe 10 or 15-year-old gas will make this run like a top. All right, let me get some gas for it. All right. Normally to pour this in, I use my finger, but see if I can just make it in. If I could just pour consistently. Oops. Carburetor probably ain't no good. I got another one with me though. Alright. See if she fires off. So I need to set the camera down. It's right here on top of the battery. Right here on top of the battery. Probably need a free hand. No. Nope, stay on top of the battery. Whew, head to the other side. Come on, baby. Alright, well, I shut it off after I shocked myself like a dummy. So, I'm going to hook this power wire back up to the distributor. To kill it, I just got to pull it off now. And fire this puppy off. I'm going to see if it'll move. If it moves, there's no need to... I don't know. This cab is gone. I mean, it's the Flintstones. It's the Flintstones. It's the Flintstones. Yabby dabby do da day or whatever. I mean, the floorboards are gone. The cab's rough. Shitty. But it may be fixable. But if it would move, maybe leave the motor in the truck and fix this truck. But there's one problem. The lady that we got it from, she never gave us the title to it. But I know there's ways to get titles, so let's see if this will fire off. Alright. Falling off of it, and probably gonna get Jerry the mouse crawling all over me. But see if it'll move. The transmission supposedly went out. Got it in 4 low. Checked the transmission a while ago, and she was full, so I didn't check it while I was running, but had plenty of fluid. It should have probably pulled itself, and that's probably it. I got a little more gas. Oh, let this baby run for a minute. Check all the fluids, check the antifreeze, check the power steering fluid. Make sure it's ready to go down the highway. Head to California tonight in it, maybe. Deep filling. Drink up. Gulp, 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 gulp. Boom. Man, see if it'll start without me even doing anything. But that's just bad exhaust. I don't hear anything in the heads or anything. There's no ticking to it. Exhaust has got giant holes in it right there. That's why we're getting smoked out. We got a runner though. Smoky, probably because it ain't ran in a long time and I'm using 2-cycle gas, but we have a runner. Alright, well that's going to conclude this episode. We successfully got the 78 Chevy pickup fired back up and running. I don't really know what I'm going to do with the truck. Don't really need the truck. It's really rough and it needs absolutely everything. And my uncle has a 46 Chevy body and a 4-wheel drive frame that needs a motor, and that's the idea, to go with that motor, being that it runs and don't have no funny noises. I never checked the oil pressure. I don't even know if the oil pressure gauge works in the truck. Maybe I should have did that. But now don't forget to subscribe. Subscribing's free. All you have to do is click the button subscribe at the bottom. That's gonna be the wrap for this. So I'll see you guys next time.